Coach Life. My grandmother hit me in the head, not in a child abuse kind of way. She hit me in the head with some knowledge. This was, Nana passed in a few years ago, but this was, let's say 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Anyways, she told me, because I was dealing with life and things were crazy, and Nana was always someone I could talk to just straight. We would just talk. I never cursed around my grandmother. I told her about life, but there was just a level of respect there that I just could never violate. So I just looked at her as someone who I knew her strength, like no question. To be a woman, a black woman in America, and to hold it down the way that she did. And Nana broke her back a couple of times. Like she was disabled, but she was a force. Like she could do more sitting in her chair with a little phone and a something than most people could do fully activated in their 20s. But anyways, she hit me with some knowledge. And I was a full adult at the time. She said, I was telling her about the change in my life and everything. And she said, change is the closest you come to being fully alive. Change is the closest you come to being alive. And when she said it, I'll never forget. It was on the vineyard. She was in her room, and I was sitting on the edge of her bed, and she was in her chair. Change is the closest you come to being alive, honey. And I was like, And it was true then. It's even more so true now. Change. You see, with the biblical quotes, truth coming to light, I don't even know if that's actually from the Bible, but interesting thing happens with a lot of literature from sacred texts, the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, I forget the name of it. Interesting happens with sacred texts. Those phrases, those ideas, they last millennia. You ever wonder why? Truth coming to light in today's society means there's a lot of change, because a lot of what we have as foundation is not real foundation. It's fake. Even if you watch a city, over time, nature will overtake that city if people don't continuously. So if there's a slight change in population, or during the pandemic when everybody had to what did they call it? Shut down. I forget what it was. The 2 weeks where we did nothing, or we stayed home, or the 2 years. Who knows? It's probably people still in their bunkers with the toilet paper. Somebody right now is still in their bunker with the toilet paper. Mad munitions, ready for whatever, but doing nothing. When the change happens, anything that's not on solid ground is done. Just nature will cook it. Just time. It doesn't even have to be a man-made action. So that's the same thing that's happening. Look at that as a metaphor. Just consider us as a metaphor for the truth coming to light. You shake something enough. If you look at, I don't want to hit you with too many metaphors. I'm already 4 minutes and a half in. How is that possible? Change has increased exponentially. Today is not the same as yesterday. Exponentially different. Lord knows who died last night. Lord knows what else popped up last night. I got to check in on I do my little sneaky news check-ins. I don't consume normal media or social media at any level worth saying I consume it, but I do check in. I keep my ear to the streets. Like, I don't listen to rap or hip hop too tough anymore, but I definitely know what's playing. I keep my ear to the, So all of the change that's happening right now is exponential. So I guarantee you, we have a full moon tomorrow. This month of January, it ends on the 31st, which is a Tuesday. By February the 1st, which is a Wednesday, I guarantee you this whole thing will be so different. And that's just truth coming to light. If we're invested in suppressing the truth, like, let's look at some truths from my existence. I'm not speaking in my native tongue because I don't know my native tongue. How did that happen? Well, we could sugarcoat the history, or we could just say America, slavery, atrocities. That's just facts. That has not changed from the day I was born until now. How much of my life force have I dedicated to investigating that? Or how much of my life force have I dedicated to moving forward, progress? What does that even mean? So I make sure that I invest a good amount of my life force into understanding my origins. That's why when you hear me talk about Senegal and Congo and Morocco, it's because I know where I'm from. I may have been stripped of my culture through forced acculturation. Look up that word, acculturation. The kings put me on. You think I'm playing? Look, yo, I can't believe I'm 7 minutes in. Change. It's rapid. It's exponential, meaning however much change there was today, there's going to be 2-3 times that tomorrow, 4 or 5 times that the next day. So what's staying? If everything's changing, what's staying? Your truth. Know who you are, and be okay with changing yourself, but know who you are innately, right? I'm speaking right now, but I'm also aware that I'm speaking. I'm also having thoughts that are somewhere, and I also have a feeling. How do I feel today? I mean, I could keep it a buck with you and tell you I feel all types of ways because we got a game. We got a game tonight, and a game tomorrow night. Thursday, Friday. And then this weekend is filled. And then we got games next. So it's just a lot of basketball. I got the internship closure for this semester and the start for next semester. So that's a lot of X's and O's and phone calls and emails and conversations. So that's a lot there, but that's not me. How do I feel? What am I doing? So I got a lot of, I'm happy and I'm healthy and I'm grateful. Everything else is details, you see? And then when I have a day where it's just, I feel like, there's a lot of days where I just don't feel great. And you can't escape the fact that you still in an environment and your environment affects you. I don't care how enlightened you think you are. Like if you're living on an island or in New York City or Boston or Maine, your environment affects you. So you also have to process that because at the end of the day, it's all connected, right? That was the lesson we were supposed to learn from the Great Meditation, 2020 and on. So this Coach Life is about change and how we adapt to it and the truths that come to light with the great shakeups. I hope you can find time to be at peace with yourself and really understand what that means, who you are. One quick example, like I like to have energetic outbursts. Sometimes it's violent, but it's not bad violence. It's good violence. So like basketball or just competitive, fun energy, good spirited. That's just me. I also like peace. I don't like small talk. I like real conversation. That's who I am. You know, I believe that's why I'm here. I'm here I want to distill wisdom from the information. I don't want to just throw information around. Anyways, 10 minutes in, way too long. My apologies. Coach Life, change. Ciao.